Right, so the first thing you want to do is test the switch. Make sure that that's the issue, that's not the issue, and that it is the ignition module, because that's a cheap thing to change. So you want to get this, you want to get a multimeter like this, you see, with its two little electrodes, like that. You're going to put it one against the ground, which is normally the blue, and one that goes to the ignition coil, which is the black. So try and touch both of them at the same time. Right, and then if you see the multimeter there, it reads 1. When I go down here, press the switch. See how it's going down, reading 0 when it's in the off position. Then when I turn it back on, it goes back to 1. So we know that our switch is not the issue. So that's the first thing to check. Next, what you want to do is, I always just change the spark plug so it's a new one, so you know for sure that the spark plug is not at fault. If you've done that and it still doesn't spark, then we know that it's the ignition module. So the ignition module is this black box here, and it interacts with these two metal magnets which are located on the flywheel, and they run past this coil, which has coils of wires in it, and induces a current which creates a spark here. So if this has gone bad, and they do, often the old ones, they have a yellow kind of look to the top of them and they've just rusted out, then it won't induce any current, and so you won't get any spark. So what you want to do is take the old one off and go and get a new one. This is a new one. This isn't a genuine one. You can get a genuine one, but they're often very expensive. In this case, it was more than the machine was worth, so I bought a non-genuine one off eBay, installed that, and what you want to do is put these two screws in first, and then you go and get something like a business card, like this. This is what I used, a business card. You're going to put that underneath there, underneath the two little supports. Make sure it's snug down, and then tighten it back up, connect the two wires, put your boot back on the spark plug, and that should fix your issue. The next thing to do after that is to make sure that your spark plug is sparking. So what you can do is take it out of the cylinder, the spark plug, put the boot back in, touch the spark plug to the block, and then if you do this and pull the starter cord like that, and you're seeing sparks, then you know that your ignition coil is good, and it's another issue if it's not starting. Could well be your carburetor. One other thing to say is that when you open this up, and often when it's an old one, you can see this rust that occurs here. It also normally happens on the flywheel. In my experience, the rust doesn't normally affect the performance of the magnets and the ignition coil, but I always clean them off. It's never a bad thing. But don't think that just because your magnets are rusty, cleaning them will fix your issue. It normally is the ignition coil rather than rusty magnets, because the rust will only cause a tiny increase in the distance between the two, and often is not enough to make a significant impact. But by all means, go ahead and clean the magnets. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Hope this has helped you out. And if you need any more help, feel free to put anything down in the comments below. And if you need more specific help, then I'd recommend going on Reddit or some platform like that, where there's loads of people that are willing to help you. Good luck. Thanks.